Mixed Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mixed Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mixed Design.
Hey Hawg fanatics, we at Inside The Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hawg fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code Inside Hawg Pen. Check out our socials for the link and remember to use the code Inside Hawg Pen.
Yeah!
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
This is where the fun begins.
What is up, everybody?
But we've seen this movie before. What's Sam Pittman known for?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Is the Arkansas athletic program cursed? But you never know what the loudest mouth in the fan base and his wild band of misfits are going to say.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the Hawg Pen with your hosts, Razorback Zach and Marcus MC Carlton.
Let me talk to you. What's up, everybody? Razorback Zach here for a new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen alongside a very excited Marcus MC Carlton. And you heard the breaking news music. That means we've got the return of the slobbering hog at midcourt. You're muted, MC. He's so excited.
I'm so damn excited. I forgot to unmute my mic. I was saying that's a beautiful sight, and I'm like this close to needing a 5-point harness just to keep me in my chair tonight, man.
You know, when I saw that, I was like, there it is. But so, I mean, there's a lot of significance with this being back at midcourt because in its heyday, 91 to like 98, 99, that was the symbol.
Yeah. That's...
You know, that was Arkansas, you know. But I have to ask a question, MC.
All right, bring it.
Bobby Petrino's back on the hill.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola's back on campus.
Mm-hmm.
We have the slobbering hog back in midcourt.
Back in its home where it should be.
Does this mean that the curse is broken?
That's where you were going.
Because think about this for a second. This whole thing happened in 2007. That's when the slobbering hog disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Pepsi came on campus.
Yep.
You know, Bobby was a few years later, but still.
It was shortly after that because he came. His first season was 2008. So it all falls within like a calendar year of each other.
So how excited are you?
I can't even put a number on it, man. I just
scuba diving in this Kool-Aid now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Not even coming up for air.
No, I'm not even coming up for air. I am down there just, I'm like, I can't even talk about it. It's just, this is how Bud Walton is supposed to look.
So I know the significance of it, and I know the history of it. But for those of our listeners that don't know, okay, what's the big deal about the slobbering hog? Big whoop. Kind of explain what, if you can.
Yeah, I'll try to explain this as best I can. The logo. I've seen some comments on Twitter about the logo is ugly. It doesn't look modern, but it's not supposed to. It's supposed to have a rugged, not conforming to your little neat box image about it. Because what made it so special was that kind of fit the way Arkansas Razorback basketball was in when I was a kid in the 90s, okay? Because we didn't conform to your little box like your Duke and your North Carolina and your Kansas. We were the outsiders. We were the outcasts. We were the guys that were not supposed to be there. We were the guys playing 40 minutes of hell that were going to get up in your grill and make you earn it, okay? We didn't think just because we walked out on the name on the front of the jersey we were going to win a game. We were going to go out and we were going to kick your ass and we were going to make you like it. And that logo to me represents every bit of that. The 40 minutes of hell, the boots and suits, everything that goes with it. I mean, that's just, to me, that logo is Arkansas. So
yeah, I mean,
that's about the best I can put on it.
Yeah, and that's all you can do. But like I said, we wanted to open the show with that kind of breaking news. But what's up, everybody? I'm Razorback Zach alongside Marcus MC Carlton and the Beard Jesse Thurman for a new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen presented by Rock City Wraps here in the Meeks Design Company studios. We got a couple of things to get to before we get to our midseason report cards. I will be on the Dave Ellswick Show tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., talking about the Tennessee win and giving my midseason report cards. You never know. They might change. I might sleep on it and decide to change a few.
You got a lot to cover tomorrow, man, because even with it being the off week, you got a lot to talk about between the Tennessee win and then what's coming up this weekend that we'll talk about a little later.
Yep.
Both of them. There's two humongous events coming on this weekend. You can talk about that. You can talk about, what are we, 2 weeks out now? 3 weeks from the exhibition game with Kansas?
Yeah, about 10...
2 weeks from tomorrow.
days.
18 days, yeah. Okay, and the next thing that we're going to announce, for the first time ever, we're breaking all kinds of records here, but for the first time ever, next Saturday for the LSU game, Battle for the Boot, your boy, Razorback Zach, and Marcus MC Carlton, for the first time ever, are going to be live and in person in the same room, under the same roof. And we're going to try something a little different. So we've been toying, we've toyed with this idea during basketball last year. And just so happens I'll be in Jonesboro next Saturday for a band competition. No, I will not be in Fayetteville, and I'm sorry, but my kiddo comes first.
Absolutely.
We are going to do a YouTube-only event. You will not find it anywhere else except on YouTube. You will see our live in-game reaction to the Arkansas LSU game as it happens, as we see it. Oh my God, what have we gotten ourselves into?
For better or for worse.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
We hope.
I hope.
If the game goes well, it's going to be fun, but there is a significant chance that it could go completely off the rails. So,
I mean, it'll make for some funny content for Jesse, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be fun. I'm excited. But be looking for that next week. Next week for the LSU game. All right, boys. Before we get to the midseason report card, there's one last thing I got to do.
Yep.
We have another birthday within our midst.
Oh, we do. Yes, we do.
We do.
It's an important one.
It's an important one. It's from our sponsor, Baxter Meeks from the Meeks Design Company. All of us here at Inside the Hawg Pen want to wish him a very, very happy birthday. Hit that music, Jesse. love birthdays around here, unless it's one of ours, and then we just pretend like it doesn't happen.
You know what? I'm to the point. It's just another day now. So
I feel
as long
like
as I get my cookie cake, I'm good.
I feel like after like 25 or 30, it's just another day.
Yeah. And Baxter's trying to catch me. I don't know that he's gonna catch me, but he's getting pretty close. He's safely into the old man club now.
He's gonna take that abuse.
Thank you was for the old man club, though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't right for that. All right, so here we go. We got a big show tonight.
Yep.
Even though it is a bye week, we're going to be talking about the Tennessee win just a little bit. But we're going to give our midseason report cards because we are 6 games halfway through the season.
Wow.
Halfway through football season, and we're going to give our not on the Tennessee game, but the season as a whole as it stands right now, 6 games in.
Yeah.
We're going to give you our soccer and volleyball update. They're still kicking butt. They're still rocking and rolling. And we have we have a definite number 1 in our SEC pick'ems. MC is starting to run away with it. And we're going to see if me and Jesse can catch him with our off week. But, man. And of course, we're going to end the show with everybody's favorite segment, Hawg Tuah, y'all. So let's jump right into this, boys. And I'll be the first one to say, I didn't think we'd be 4-2 right now.
No, I didn't either. I should have brought me a big old plate of crow up here to eat because at this point, I did not have us at 4-2.
I did not see that coming.
Nope.
Jesse, did you see this coming?
I'm pretty sure I told y'all 2-4 in preseason.
Or should I say Captain Optimistic down there?
Yeah. I had us at 2-4 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not though? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Given what we know, given what we knew going into the season.
Right.
Okay. How could you not think that we were going to be 4-2? And here's the thing. We go in, and I'll even go out on a limb and say, we bring the boot home next week, we will be ranked. It may be.
I think so. Yeah.
Because it'll essentially be back-to-back top 25 upsets. And at the same time, I think LSU's top 15, right?
I'd have to look, but I'm almost certain that they're ranked.
So
yeah, they are because them and Ole Miss play this weekend, and that's like number 8 and number 13 or something.
Yeah, something like that. So we'll start with special teams first. All right, we'll start with special teams. I got to give it a C, and it just we haven't been more for field goals, but we haven't been consistent enough.
Yeah, I think that's a fair grade. Kind of interested to see what happens going forward because Coach Pittman made the comment that there may be without Ramsey for a while kicking, so Shipley is your dude now.
Well, but Shipley, I mean, look at what Shipley did. He came in clutch, and he actually made a freaking field goal.
Yeah, I mean, all you can ask of your kickers is to make them when they get their opportunities, and he did. So,
right, Jesse, what do you think? Special teams?
He's thinking.
If I could get it to unmute. I'm going to go B- on special teams.
Okay.
Devin Bell has been a beast.
That's fair. Yeah.
With his punting and with his coverage, dude's making linebacker style tackles.
Yeah.
The field goal kicking obviously brings it down. The punt coverage running into Satania and Satania being scared to return it brings it down a little bit. But mainly due to Devin Bell, I want to give him a little bit of a bump, so that's why I'm going with a B-.
I'm kind of surprised about that. You're Captain Optimistic down here, you know?
Captain Realist.
Well, masquerading as a cynic.
Let me think about that for a minute.
Who is secretly an optimist.
Yeah, you're twisting my mind all up now.
I know, right?
Yeah, I would like to see a little more out of the return game. And there's been a few times this year, and I think it was mainly in the A&M game, where I felt like Satania fielded some balls that he should have let bounce because I think they were headed to the end zone. And we were starting drives inside the 10. And
yeah,
I've always heard from coaches, you put your heels on the 10, you don't back up. If it goes over your head, so be it.
So does the rule? I mean, the rule is if it's fair caught, it comes out, or is that? Am I confused?
It's where you catch it, unless it's in the unless it goes to the end zone.
Okay.
On kickoffs, if you
you're
fair
thinking
catch and it comes out to the 25, I believe.
All right. Defense A+.
Yeah, the scene in Christmas Story where Ralphie's dreaming and his teacher goes up to the board and gives him his grade of A++++++.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I would have to put the defense right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're the reason we're in these games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're not quitting. They're not quitting.
And think about this. You think about how many guys, especially in the secondary, that would be starting that have not been playing lately because due to injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Hud Island and Jalen Braxton. Neither one have really played a role. Has Braxton even played at all this year?
I don't think. Jesse, that's your dude.
I don't know.
No, Hud Island's my boy. Braxton, I believe, got in against UAPB, but I think he played like the first half, and that was it. I could be very wrong on that, so fact check me.
Yeah, somebody in the comments will fact check us if we're wrong there, but we've not seen him play the role that he was expected to play. We'll put it that way.
Right.
And we may get to see that against LSU. We don't know yet.
I don't know. It just, for me, I said this in the preseason. You can go back and listen. This team had the ability to go 3-9 or 9-3. I'm not saying we're on the cusp of going 9-3 by any stretch of the imagination, but
It's still on the board. That's the thing. It's still on the board right now.
It is. That's the thing, is you don't know, literally do not know from week to week what Arkansas is going to do.
Right. But I do feel like we're seeing improvement in. There is some aspect that I feel like each game since Oklahoma State, each game, I feel like there's been some aspect of the game that's been better than the previous game.
I mean, one of the things that we talked about in the first 5 games going into Tennessee was the turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Turnover. They didn't commit one turnover. They didn't lose the ball one time during Tennessee.
Yeah,
against Tennessee.
And they didn't force one either, which is weird because what's the stat that you've thrown out before that like we're second or third in the nation in interceptions per game or something since 2020?
Let me pull that up real quick.
Because
the more shocking stat from Tennessee while you're looking that up, Zach, is, and I will eat my crow because I made a comment in the group chat that we forgot how to tackle. That was on one of 3 missed tackles for the entire game.
Wow.
3 missed tackles against the number 1 offense in the country.
Yeah. And I kind of feel like that's getting overshadowed a little bit because Tennessee's offense was just rolling folks coming into this game.
Again, I think they overlooked us. Maybe. I'm not saying that we outplayed, that we, I'm not being negative and criticizing Arkansas by any stretch of the imagination. All right, here's your stat. Since 2020, the Hogs have totaled 53 interceptions in 53 games, which is tied with Georgia for the second most among all SEC teams during that time span.
I mean, if you're tied with Georgia in anything right now, I feel like that's a good thing.
Except for arrested players.
Well,
now, yeah.
Okay, I'll give you
we
that
don't,
one.
We don't want to be tied. We don't want to be tied with that one. We don't want to be tied with that. All right, so now we're going to turn our attention to the offense, and I'm going to be on
let everybody else give their grade, Zach.
Oh, did I not? My
I think
bad.
MC agreed with you. I'm going A, no plus.
No plus. Wow. Hater.
We've slipped up a couple times.
And
I will say this
optimistic.
though. T. Will probably has the best defense I can remember seeing at Arkansas since the days of Tony Bua.
So I threw that out there.
Who
over the
was the D
weekend.
coordinator when Bua was here?
Ooh, man.
I don't
Now you're
remember.
really putting me to the test.
It wasn't Reggie Herring. Who was it?
Jolie Dunn?
It was nuts. It was one of nuts guys.
It was so Bua played like 01, 02, 03.
Yeah, he played with Matt Jones.
That was after Keith Burns. So whoever came in after Keith Burns.
I was
Thompson, John Thompson.
Yes.
From over here near my neck of the woods in Forest City. He's a Forest City native. That's who it was, John Thompson.
Jesse, why an A?
We've just had some missed opportunities. And then having Charlie Collins in on that final scoring drive for A&M, you got to figure something out there. Worst come to worst, pull an Ole Miss. You can't leave Collins in the game when they're running all over him. He's still trying to get set. They've already snapped it and took off down the field. Charlie Collins is going to be an amazing player. But right now, he's still a freshman.
Yeah,
he's still adjusting to the speed of the SEC.
Yep, he's not ready.
All right. Now we go to the offensive side of the ball. Or do we, Jesse, or do we have time to do offense, or you want to go to break real quick?
Let's go ahead and get offense out of the way, and then we'll do overall grade.
All right. MC, we'll start with you.
So this is based on where I thought things would be coming into the season, because even with Petrino here, I thought things would be better. I did not think we would be seeing the numbers put up that we have put up. I'm gonna go, man. Overall, B plus.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go B plus, because I still feel like Taylon's got a lot of room to grow in the offense. Now, I will say this: before he got hurt the other night against Tennessee, felt like he had really settled into the game and was really starting to drop some dimes, because that last pass that he threw to Armstrong that he got hurt on, I don't know that you can throw it any better than that.
I mean, for all the hate we've been giving him and all the crap we've been giving him here lately, that was not the same Arkansas team we saw in the previous 5 games.
Yeah.
Jesse, what about you? Oh, go ahead, MC. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, it feels like, and this has been talked about. DJ Williams has talked about this on his breakdowns, and he's been a pretty harsh critic of Green. But you can tell he's getting just a little more comfortable with the Petrino offense. He's still not trusting it as much as he should. And according to I'm leaning on DJ here because I've never been a quarterback. So according to DJ, he's still getting rid of the ball kind of late. But you can see it, he's getting better. He's getting better. And I've been one of the guys all year long. I've said it in our private chat. I was like, man, he ain't the dude. He ain't the dude. And maybe he is.
We say it every game. Green ain't the one.
Yeah. You and I especially.
I'm gonna give offense a B plus. I'm gonna give Bobby an A minus. I think Coach Petrino is really adjusting to what he's seeing on tape.
Yeah. Because
the things that DJ calls out every week, I see schemes to pad Blackstock at right tackle. Blackstock's playing out of position. Yeah, he's screwing up a lot, but he's playing out of position. For everybody else, Singleton's a good quarterback.
He's not
but
ready
Singleton is not mobile. Singleton can't see over the line. There is a reason Taylon Green starts. When the line collapses or someone gets through, Taylon can get away from him. Malachi can't. He's 5'9", 5'10", MC.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's listed.
He's my height.
5'10",
he's my height.
11.
Yeah, he's 5'10". So, he's my height.
Taylon's 6'6" and runs probably a 4.5 or a 4.6 40.
Mm-hmm. And I think Singleton's quick because he played some option ball in high school, I believe he's from Georgia. I believe is where he's from, and they play grown man football there. But he's just not. I'm afraid his height is going to work against him.
I think as he learns Coach Petrino's offense, and he will be more of a Casey Dick, Tyler Wilson style quarterback. I don't think he's going to be the Matt Jones style. I think he's going to be.
I can see
and
that.
This is a huge leap, and I'm not saying that he is Drew Brees, but Drew Brees was a shorter quarterback. Yeah. He found a way to work around what he lacked in height. And I can see Malachi really building on that.
Yeah.
And what we've seen with Petrino already, he's going to adapt to what his players are able to do.
Yeah.
Unlike our offensive coordinator last year. And I honestly think the offense is going to keep getting better as the season goes, just as Petrino learns the players better and the players learn Petrino's offense better.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, I'm glad you hit on that about Petrino adjusting to basically to the hand he's dealt, because I think what you would see if Singleton was QB1, I think the version of the Petrino offense you would see is completely different from the Taylon Green version of the Petrino offense.
I agree.
Because Bobby is so good at playing to the strengths of his quarterback. I mean, let's not forget and this is going to sound terrible, but he made Casey Dick look like a good quarterback with the way that he schemed and called plays.
It's not terrible if it's the truth.
Yeah, I mean he just wasn't. I mean, he was a gritty guy. He played hard. He hustled, but he just didn't have the natural talent that other quarterbacks have. But dude, thrived in that offense once he figured it out.
I'm going to have one thing before you give your grade, Zach. This is something that Ashley, my wife, and I were talking about the other day watching DJ's breakdown. If you watch DJ's breakdowns, pay attention to how both DJ and Grant Cook talk about Bobby Petrino. You will never hear them call him Bobby. You will never hear them call him Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
100 times out of 100, it is Coach Petrino. And for him to be BMFP and so hard to deal with, he earned the respect of players like DJ and Grant. And you can tell the amount of respect they have towards him. Well, so I think he's instilling that in this current team, and it's just going to build. And I'll go ahead and give my hot take. I really don't want to see the coaching staff change after this year. I want another year of Petrino to see what he can do with what he has.
Well, I don't think when he came in, I don't think he was only going to be here for a year. I think I think if he came, I think one of the I forget the word I'm looking for here. Caveats of him coming here is he's going to have a couple of years to get his offense going, and thing, because I don't see Bobby just coming in for a year, because that would reset the program all over again. And
it's
it's not up to him though.
Yeah, it's not up to him.
Well, and again, I don't think Pittman's going to let him go.
Okay, so I'm going to throw you guys a curveball. Did this win save his job? Pittman.
Sam?
I say yes.
It's the best win he's had since he's been here.
Yeah, by far the best win he's had. I say yes, just simply because even let's say they only win 2 more games and they get to 6. Still getting them to a bowl game. That's quite the jump from 4 and 8 last year.
Yeah, and if he goes 6-6, then he's his job is safe. And I think last week went a long way to securing that.
You got to feel really good about 6-6 now. Not overconfident, but you feel like it's very reachable. Like all you got to do is clench your fist around it and you've got it. But
stay focused.
In true Arkansas fashion, there's sometimes that we get some arthritis in the hand and it doesn't want to grip. So
Hog's gonna hog, man. Hog's gonna hog.
we'll see.
As long
Hopefully
as we
we've
don't
broken
fall,
that.
as long as we don't fall flat the rest of the season and we
Yeah.
win the games we're supposed to win, I think we are better off seeing what can be built on for next year, because the week-to-week improvement is already in 6 weeks. We've improved more than we improved an entire season last year.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt about it.
And I'll give mine, and then we'll go to break. I'm gonna give it a B.
Okay.
Just not to be pessimistic or anything, but you see what you have in Braylon Russell. All right.
Oh,
That
man.
dude's a hoss.
We ain't even talked about that dude yet.
All right, that dude's a hoss. You see the parts of the team that are coming.
Yeah.
That are still learning, that are still growing.
Mm-hmm.
This team will not look like the same team we saw at Tennessee when we go into Missouri.
Yeah. I mean, if things keep progressing the way they've progressed, hang on, let me grab my Kool-Aid here, get it close, because if things keep progressing the way they progressed, Missouri better be scared when we get to that game. Now let me take a sip of Kool-Aid here.
All right. But I mean, all in all, overall, I give it a B, A-.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean,
now we see what the second
room-
half of the season holds. Because
still room
you
for
got-
improvement, but it's a lot better than where any of us expected it to be.
You still, well, again, the second half of the season, it doesn't get any easier. You got LSU, you
Right.
got Ole Miss, you got Texas.
Yeah, and you still got Missouri. I mean, look, until we beat Missouri, we have to give them their due and say that they kind of own us right now. It's kind of like the same deal with Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I'll say B+ based on expectations, because we're twice as good as I thought we were going to be. So
Look at Captain
overall
Optimistic
team,
over here.
I'll go B+. And I'm going to steal a line from my favorite radio broadcast. Mizzou is officially a rival now.
Yeah.
Because as many fans, we beat the number 4 team in the country, and we had fans that were more excited about the way Mizzou lost.
Yeah, It has
manufactured rivalry,
Yeah.
but the way the fan bases go back and forth, it's how we used to be with LSU. It's how we are with all Texas fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It is officially a rivalry.
Yep. It took it a little while, and it had to have, they tried to force feed it as much as they could, but it took some of that organic stuff of Mizzou fans just basically crapping all over us, and rightfully so, because of how they've dominated the series. But yeah, it's officially there, because I'll admit I was as guilty as anybody, because our win, I'm like, man, you got this, you got Missouri getting trounced. I mean, what else can go on today? And then I caught myself, and I'm like, oh man.
when Vanderbilt upset Alabama,
Yeah,
I turned to our sponsor, who happens to be a good friend of mine, James Harris, and I said, "Could the impossible happen?"
yeah.
And he said, "No way, no way." Fourth quarter, 2 minutes to go. I looked over at him again, and I said, "Could the impossible happen?" And he said, "I don't know." I swear to God, there is a picture of me somewhere on the internet of me laid out praying to the football gods above in the middle of Boudreaux's. I mean, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's there. It's there. Have we all given our overall grades?
No, we just did offense.
Okay, overall grades. MC.
All right, I'll be quick. B+.
All right. Jesse?
Yeah, I did B+.
Okay, real quick before we go to break, I'm going to take the board for a minute, Jesse. Matt, you cannot come on to our show and drop that. You cannot text me and let me know what
everybody
it is.
Will have to check out the Hog.
But no, seriously.
Hog HQ.
Seriously though, go y'all. Hey, alongside our show, go check out Hog HQ on Sundays. I do believe it's 6:30.
Zach's
Sundays at
tag
8.
team partner.
Yeah, my tag team partner. Matt Hart, Adam Hall, DP, they all do a good job over there. But on the other side of the break, we're going to step away. On the other side of the break, we got our soccer and volleyball update, as well as the SEC Pick'em. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics! We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code Inside Hawg Pen. Check out our socials for the link and remember to use the code Inside Hawg Pen.
Yeah! It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
I don't even know what to make of that. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. You're a mess,
sun
dude.
is hot.
You are a
sunshine.
I swear to God. All right. So,
Oh, cloudy day.
oh my God. What am I gonna do with both of y'all? What have I done? What the hell? All right. So what we're talking about is during the break, we found out that Sophia Varga, what is that her name?
Vagera.
Vagera was in Fayetteville this afternoon at Wright's
Sophia
Barbecue.
Hotness is her name.
Yeah, and good Lord, y'all.
She's
I
you know,
swear.
so Modern Family. If you don't know who she is,
Yeah, Modern Family. All right. So Arkansas is currently 13-2 on the season, 3-0 in SEC play. The Hogs' second straight 3-win start in the league and third under Jason Watson. They're back in action at Barnhill Arena this Sunday against Alabama for the team's annual Pink Match. First service set for 3 p.m. and the match will be broadcast live on SEC Network Plus. With another solid outing in SEC play, redshirt freshman Anaya Metkin has been named the SEC Volleyball Player Freshman of the Week. And then, of course, soccer drops its match to Mississippi State, falls from the number 1 spot, but that's all right because they're kicking the crap out of Tennessee right now at Razorback Field. Jesse,
We're still in the first half, and it's already 4-0.
oh my
Damn!
God! Wow.
Tennessee's having a bad week in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Somebody's having a bad day. That is for certain. That is for certain. All right, here we go. It is time for the SEC Pick'em. And here are the standings as of this week. MC has sole possession of first place at 37-13. I come in second at 35-15, and Jesse is 33-17. Here's your matchups with your bonus. Your bonus comes out of the Big Ten this week, but here's your SEC matchup. MC, we'll start with you.
Okay.
South Carolina travels to Tuscaloosa to take on number 7 Bama, who is a 21-point favorite.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Oh God, poor South Carolina. Yeah, give me Alabama.
Jesse?
Malachi Moore might throw a fit, but Bama's going to win.
Hey, what will be thrown further? Will it be Malachi Moore's mouthpiece or a pass from the South Carolina quarterback?
Who is the quarterback?
Is
Yeah,
it Freeman. Robbie Freeman or something like that.
Yeah, something we ain't even heard of.
He can't pass. I can tell you that.
Don't get cocky. Number 21, Missouri. Now, this is weird for me. It's a non-conference matchup. 27-point favorite travels to UMass.
They're going to UMass?
They're going to UMass. I had to double-check that.
That's grounds for being kicked out of the SEC right now.
Let me verify.
No. I believe you.
I'm gonna verify it one more time, but I have to look at that and go, why are they going?
Yeah, no, that's right. I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah,
11 a.m. game. They're going to UMass. UMass is 1-5. But Missouri bounces back. That may be close for a little while, but I think they end up pulling away in the second half.
Jesse,
Tigers roll in that one.
Yeah.
I agree. Tigers on that one. And the SEC, one of the SEC games of the week is number 1 Texas, who's a 14.5-point favorite. Travels to the Cotton Bowl for the annual Red River rivalry, aka the Red River Shootout, taking on number 18 Oklahoma.
One of the marquee matchups of the weekend. Yeah. Boomer Sooner, baby. No.
So my boss, who is a Texas A&M fan, made a very good point. Texas, if you think about it and you look at their schedule, Texas hasn't played anybody yet. So there's no reason why they shouldn't be undefeated. This is, and again, Oklahoma may roll over and play dead on this, and Texas just beat them up. But this is their first true test. Yeah. Mississippi State gave them a run for their money in the first half. But no, I this one, and it's at the Cotton Bowl.
Quinn Ewers is back too.
I don't want to pick Texas.
Sark announced that Quinn Ewers would be back starting. So look, I think Texas wins the game, but there ain't no way in hell that I'm picking them.
Nope, I'm going OU, even though Texas might win. Jesse?
Texas played a stout Michigan team. It's not the Michigan of last year. Right. And they played in the Big House, that's SEC level.
Yeah, it is.
Atmosphere. Horns roll in this one. Oklahoma doesn't have any wide receivers. They're all hurt. They can't move the ball. This is going to be one of them odd years that I think it's a blowout.
All right.
I think you're probably right, but my heart will not allow me to pick Texas.
I can't.
I gotta catch up.
He's right.
Do what
MC.
you got to do, man. I get it.
He's right, MC. He's right, or could be. He is. Yeah. But I can't. I can't.
Well, there's been a few of those in that series. There was one a few years ago, and I don't remember who beat who, but somebody just put an absolute beat down on the other. It was like, I want to say it was like 50-6 or something. I mean, it was
42 or 52-3 or something.
Something like that. Yeah. I mean, it was really bad. And if you're on the winning side of that, you're like, no, give me more. No mercy.
Well, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you be?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Mississippi State travels to Athens to take on number 5 Georgia, who is a 34-point favorite. Now, my question is, we all know the dogs are going to roll. That Georgia, not Mississippi State.
Be specific now.
Not Mississippi State. My question is, do they cover by halftime? And I will take the over in this game. If you are a betting man, take the over in this game.
34-point spread?
Yeah. No, 34-point favorite.
Yeah, I could see 35-0 at half. I could definitely see that. Yeah, Georgia big.
Georgia's going to win, obviously. I don't think they cover by half. I think they're going to be trying some things because they've got a nasty little road trip next week.
Yep.
Florida travels to Knoxville to take on number 8 Tennessee, who is a 14.5-point favorite.
Didn't do him no good in Fayetteville.
Yeah, didn't do him very good in Fayetteville, but I don't think Florida is nearly as talented as we are. Give me the Vols.
Yeah, Vols are back at home.
They're pissed.
and they're pissed, and this is a rivalry game. No matter how bad Florida might be, I think Tennessee wins. I think Florida may put up a bit of a fight. I don't know that Tennessee covers. I could see this being like a 27-17 final.
All right, Jesse.
Give me Rocky Top. I owe him one after this weekend.
Did y'all see the guy that like did a remix on Rocky Top and rewrote the lyrics?
Blaine Howard.
Yeah,
he did. I want y'all to go listen to Arkansas Y'all, the Razorback edition of that song.
It's very well done, man.
He's good. I like it. And here's my game of the week. This is a game that I'm going to be keeping a very, very close eye on. Number 9, Ole Miss travels to Baton Rouge to play in Death Valley under the lights against number 13 LSU. However, Ole Miss has a 3.5-point favorite.
You're getting 3.
You're getting 3 in Death Valley under the lights
at night
in prime time.
Wow,
in prime time.
To me, that's the game. I'll probably have eyes on that one more than I will Oklahoma, Texas.
Yeah.
Give me Lane. Give me the Lane train. Give me Hottie Toddy.
Give me the Rebel Bear Land Shark things. Jesse, what about you?
This one's tough.
It is tough. Yeah.
I really think LSU's going to defend home field, but give me the Rebel Land Shark Black Bears dunking on the sidelines.
Yeah. They're due for a really good performance in a big game because they really laid an egg against Kentucky at home in what should have been a big win for them. I mean, they looked absolutely atrocious.
They didn't look the same. They didn't look like the same Ole Miss
that
team.
did not look like a Lane Kiffin team. It looked like a Matt Luke team.
But you have to think though. You have to think that was at Kentucky, wasn't it?
No, that was at Oxford.
Oh, okay.
I was going
to say because you had Georgia on the rope. Kentucky had Georgia on the rope too. So
yeah, Kentucky's very Jekyll and Hyde. Because they play like that against Georgia and Ole Miss, and then right prior to that, they got housed at home by South Carolina. I mean, what does that say about this league? That it's just, I mean, we hear it every year that there's no off weeks, but I mean, this year has been insane.
And it ain't over yet. That's the thing.
That's the thing. There's still half the season to go.
Yeah, Texas is 5-0 right now, and they're the only I think they're the only undefeated team left in the conference.
A&M hasn't lost a conference game.
Okay, well, I'm talking overall.
Oh, overall, yeah.
Here's the thing: Texas is just now hitting the meat of their schedule.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
what meat they have on the schedule?
What meat they have?
I don't know who they bribed, but their schedule is Charmin soft.
But at the same time. I honestly, looking at the conference overall and the schedule, the obvious choice that's going to win the SEC is obviously Texas halfway through the season. But as we all know, and as MC had said, they ain't an off week in the SEC. This thing is still wide open, and forgive me for saying this for what's coming up in November, but it's still too close to call.
Well, and if you look at the way Texas and Texas A&M's schedules, how they line up, that game the last week of the season between Texas and Texas A&M could directly impact who goes to Atlanta.
Yeah,
because the winner of that game could be one of the representatives to go to Atlanta, and that just makes me
depending on how the season falls, that may just be a preview of Atlanta.
And that's sure too.
It could. I mean, yeah, it very well could be. And it makes me want to puke.
If Texas beats Georgia, Tennessee beats Bama, it's going to be Texas and then the Aggies.
I mean,
because
that would be.
Georgia and Bama have both slipped already, and neither A&M nor the Longhorns have.
I'm just going to say this, MC. Thanks, Jesse, for bringing our show to a grinding freaking halt. I'm going to have nightmares about that now.
I mean, it can't be any worse than Tennessee and A&M playing in Omaha, so You know,
Yeah,
we lived through that, so
yeah, that's true.
we might could stomach this too, but I don't want to find out.
Oh no, absolutely not.
But I really think that Texas they're gonna drop one, at least.
They're going to, and the thing is, I don't know who it's going to be. I think it's that A&M. See, here's the thing: that Texas and Texas A&M game at the end of the season is starting to look very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And every week that passes, you're starting to hone in on that, going.
Yeah.
But Vanderbilt travels to Kentucky, who is a 13.5-point favorite. Give me the Wildcats.
Would it not be the most Vandy thing ever to beat Alabama and then to go to Kentucky and just get
blown
off the field?
Yeah.
That said, I'm gonna roll the dice here. Anchor down.
Oh.
As bad as I want to anchor down, Vandy got beat by Georgia State.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So technically, Georgia State's better than Alabama by that logic.
If you go the transitive wins, yes.
I gotta take Kentucky. Vandy doesn't perform on the road. At least they hadn't proven to me they can this year. So, although Vanderbilt was Tuscaloosa North this past weekend.
Well, that had to be a miserable drive home.
Well, at least their equipment truck made it back in one piece. I'm just going to throw that out there. Your bonus game of the week does have playoff implications, and it will have a major impact. Number 2 comes out of the Big Ten. Number 2, Ohio State, who is a 3-point favorite, travels to Oregon to take on number 3, the Ducks.
I will be utilizing split screen Saturday night because that's going to be a really good game too. I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna take Dan Lanning and the Ducks.
Yeah, Ohio State. Well, since way back when, Ohio State to me has always been the Texas of the Big Ten. I can't. They're probably gonna win, but I can't pick. I can't hate them.
They're gonna Ohio State in a lot of years has a history of dropping one they're not supposed to drop.
Yeah. The other game this week, because I was going between this one and the other game, which is USC Penn State.
Penn State all day on that one.
Is that is it Happy Valley or is it out west?
It's out west.
I think it's out west. I think it's LA.
That'll help USC a little bit because I mean Penn State, James Franklin's already been complaining about the travel because apparently they have to bus all the way to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to get on the plane rather than being able to fly out of state college because the runway's not big enough for the plane that they're going to need to go cross country. I still think Penn State wins, but I don't think they blow it out. I think they have control, but they don't blow it out.
Jesse, Ohio State or Oregon?
I had this game picked because I thought it was at the Horseshoe. But if it's at the zoo, give me the Ducks.
That's an underrated environment out there, too.
It really is. That is your SEC pick. One minor note. Well, I say minor, but one major note. Arkansas football is off this week.
Mm-hmm.
However, the Diamond Hogs, the Omaha Hogs, are in action at Baum Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma State comes to town for a 2-game exhibition series.
It's only a scrimmage.
Sure it is.
All right.
I'll be there tomorrow night. I'll give y'all some video of just how much of a scrimmage it is.
Yeah.
We also, and we're gonna have everything covered this weekend. We have Jesse covering baseball. We got Sarah covering baseball. Jesse and Sarah both will be at the baseball game.
Yep.
Meanwhile, my boy over here is coming to my neck of the woods because the red-white scrimmage basketball is going to be in Hot Springs this weekend.
Yep.
And your boy's going to be there. MC will be there.
You dang right I am. And I am just like, I'm a kid waiting on Christmas, man. I'm the fat dude at the buffet that's waiting on the fresh slab of roast beef to come out. I am chomping at the bit. I'm just
alrighty.
I am
Meanwhile,
ready to go.
I'll be monitoring everything here from the Central Arkansas Hawg Pen. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun-filled weekend. We're going to take another break. On the other side of the break, it's time to Hawg Tuah, y'all.
Yeah, baby.
Let me have it. Send in your comments because it's time. You're listening to Inside the Hawg Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this.
Mix Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Mix Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Mix Design.
Hey, Hog fanatics! We at Inside the Hawg Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share that SeatGeek is a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not so good deal. As a special offer, Hog fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code Inside Hawg Pen. Check out our socials for the link and remember to use the code Inside Hawg Pen.
Yeah! It's time to step back inside the Hawg Pen to the Mix Design Studios.
You just got to spit on that thing. So
I know you did not just, oh my God.
It's time to Hawg Tuah, y'all.
All right, welcome back to the final segment of Inside the Hawg Pen, and everybody knows what that means. It's time to Hawg Tuah, y'all. Jesse, what do we got, man?
Loki, hello, is this that pig pen show I've heard so much about on the dadgum interwebs and all the kids are watching? Yes, Loki, we are the pig pen show.
you have found us.
It's a grand buffet here, isn't it?
Oh, man.
Eric Jernigan, giving serious thoughts to go into the Mississippi State game, guys. Tickets are stupid cheap on SeatGeek right now. Hey,
there you go.
Use that code.
Inside.
Use that code.
Use that code.
Right now, and I've been sipping just a little bit of that Kool-Aid. 2 words of advice if you're going to do that, Eric. Use Inside Hawg Pen. If you don't have a new account, maybe your wife needs an account. Also, take shooting range grade earmuffs.
Yes.
Because I could not sit in cowbells for that long.
Yeah. I have considered
this
as
Starkville?
well. Yes.
It is in Stark Vegas this year.
It's at Starkville. No. That is, honestly, Eric's over here with me in NEA. It's not much further of a drive for us to go to Starkville than it is to go to Fayetteville. So I have contemplated it as well because I knew tickets, the same thing. I knew tickets would be really cheap. I'm like Jesse, man. I don't know that I can sit through them cowbells. I sat through it once, and that's been 20-something, right at 20 years ago, because Matt Jones was still playing, and I still have nightmares about them stupid cowbells.
Jeez.
That all you got, Zach?
I'm sorry, I got cowbells in my head.
That's what the cowbells reduce you to.
Yeah. Matt Hart.
Matt Hart
Ooh, that's a
over
good
at
one.
Hog HQ. Wonder if his hog news has anything to do with penalty kicks. Anyways, better game. Ole Miss LSU or Texas OU?
Ole Miss LSU.
Yeah, probably.
I'm
Probably
gonna
so.
agree. If OU wasn't facing the injuries to the wide receiver core, and I really don't think Jackson Arnold's even that bad. I think it's just when you lose one of my customers at work. He runs a barbecue truck here in town. He is a diehard OU fan, so we talk football every time he comes in. Well, he said Jackson's not that bad. He just has nobody to throw to.
Yeah.
But look at it this way. Which game has more intrigue to it? Ole Miss LSU or the shootout?
I think it depends on who you ask, man. I mean, there will be a lot of eyeballs on the shootout.
I guess, okay, but what has more... I was going to say which game means more, but this is the SEC.
They all mean more.
What for me, and I'm going to say for me, it's Ole Miss LSU simply because of the fact that top 25 matchup. It's got serious implications as far as the SEC goes.
It has more implications on SEC standings than Texas OU does.
Because
say that.
Because on paper, Texas is going to win in a landslide. You look at Ole Miss LSU and you're like, I don't know.
Nobody knows what's going to happen in that one.
That's my point.
But it is the Red River Shootout, and crazy things happen.
True. Yep.
Both games feature an undefeated SEC team versus a one-loss SEC team.
Yeah.
True.
That's true. I mean, it's a heck of a weekend, man. A good weekend slate, and honestly, I'm glad Arkansas's off because there are so many games that I want to keep an eye on that I wouldn't be able to do it as well if Arkansas was playing this weekend.
That's because you need YouTube TV's multi-view.
It's a game changer.
It's not enough screens still for this weekend.
Why do you? Okay, so I've got two 55-inch TV screens in my apartment, and then I've got my iPad. All of them are capable of carrying multi-view. At one time, I will have both TVs going with 4 different games on multi-view and my iPad going. I have 12 games going at one time, and my ADHD can keep up with every single one of them.
That's how it's done, man.
So that one's really a toss-up at the end of the day. I'm with y'all. I lean towards Ole Miss LSU, but that one's a toss-up.
Yeah.
D-Mad's in the house. One's to the sky for D-Mad.
So here's what we were talking about when he put his comments out about the ones to the sky. We were talking about how none of us had Arkansas at 4-2 at this point in the season.
He did.
He did.
He did.
I mean, give the man his due. Give him his flowers.
He ain't got off his damn high horse since the damn wedding.
Hey, you better be glad that it's him and not me because I would be unbearable.
Somebody needs to knock him off his high horse. He's been on his high horse since his wedding.
Hey, as far as I'm concerned, he can stay on his high horse because that means football's doing good.
If we keep winning, he can stay on that high horse. We'll get him a Clydesdale to climb up on so it's a little higher.
Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, he's once again, D-Mad comes through.
Yeah.
And if it holds through to the end of the season, we're taking his ass to Vegas.
No doubt, man. We'll have him out there counting cards.
Baxter comes in. We should be 5-1 or 6-0 right now.
There's a fair argument to that too.
There's a fair argument that we're 6-0, and you can easily see it too.
Yeah. Well, and Houston Nutt always used to say, "Man, we're one play away. We are literally about 3 plays away from being 6-0 right now."
Yeah.
I'm going to be Zach's favorite personality right here. We should be, and we're that close, but we're not, and we can't change it. We're 4-2. We need to look ahead, not behind. You can't see where you're going out the back window. You got to look out the windshield.
Who's he quoting?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, it's
I can't remember who I'm quoting, but I know I'm quoting somebody.
I mean, I've heard that before, but
Yeah, that
boy.
is not
Birthday
my,
boy
that
brought
is not
the
my
wood.
original content. That is stolen from somewhere. I just don't remember who I stole it from.
I mean, I thought he had gold. I thought it was gold. I was like, all right, Kimosabi.
Yeah.
And then he says that, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well,
Throwing out some, yogi-isms.
Right.
Matt comes in again.
I forgot about him.
Best defense. I forgot about him too.
Yeah,
it's the second best.
That's that 2014 defense that had the back-to-back shutouts against LSU and Ole Miss. Yeah, that defense was extremely stout. Yeah, ended up with a few pros on that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Come off
Super
there.
Bowl, at least one Super Bowl ring. I know.
Yeah, Dre Greenlaw. Yep.
By the way,
Green.
speaking of, did y'all see
Matt.
where Jason Peters is starting his 21st NFL
Yeah,
season?
he got signed. Yeah, somebody signed him.
Seattle.
Was it Seattle?
No, Seattle.
That means he's playing right now.
So let me tell you how old that dude is. Remember the 7 overtime game against Ole Miss?
Yeah.
He caught either a touchdown or a 2-point conversion in one of the overtimes to keep the game rolling. At tight end. He was playing tight end when he was at Arkansas. He wasn't even playing offensive line at Arkansas. He played tight end. And the man is going to end up being a Hall of Famer offensive lineman.
How about that?
That's insane.
I mean, you have to put him in the Hall of Fame just on longevity alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's just out there collecting a check. I mean, the man was on the field getting snaps and being successful. I mean, and obviously he was doing something right, or he wouldn't be ancient by football standards and somebody still sign him.
Doesn't he have a few rings to show for his career too?
From Philadelphia, I
yeah,
believe.
from Philly. Yep.
Adam Green comes in. Sam's not going anywhere this year. We better bring that damn checkbook out and pay our defensive coordinator. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there ain't enough money in the world to keep T. Will after this year. If he keeps having the season he's having,
yeah,
unless you pay him more than you're paying Sam, he ain't staying.
Probably not.
The man's got a career and a family to look out for.
Yeah.
I love T. Will and I want him to stay here, but
you can't blame somebody for wanting to, better themselves.
Yeah, you can't blame him for moving.
He's going to be a head coach. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's going to be a head coach.
So I want him to stay at Arkansas, but
no,
he's
Sam's
probably going to be top 3 candidate for G5 head coaching positions.
Yeah. Yep.
And a couple P4s may even look at him.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Sam's not going anywhere this year.
Yeah, I think this they would have to crash and burn hard for him to be fired after this year. Now
I'm going to have to disagree with Wise Man here. He said, yes, it did save his job talking about Sam. Should it? No, but it probably did. Sam just had more money poured into that football program than has probably been poured in the last 2 years. That's going to get checkbooks out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where they're at on selling the goalpost, but I'm betting by Saturday they'll probably be sold out.
Well, and that's winning. Everybody likes a winner. Everybody's a little more likely to open up the checkbook for a winner.
What have we always said though, MC? Winning cures all.
Absolutely.
Adam comes back. Mizzou is no rival and never will be. They shouldn't even be in the SEC. Tennessee and Arkansas are creating a rivalry. That's true SEC. Mizzou's a rival.
It wasn't. I was a big proponent of that for a while. It's like you can't force feed a rivalry. You can't force feed it.
This one just kind of happened naturally, though. It went from forced into. Okay, maybe it is a little bit of a rivalry.
Basketball really helped too.
Well, and basketball, I mean, you could say Arkansas and Missouri are rivals in basketball. all the way back to when it was Nolan versus Norm Stewart, because that was a rivalry, because those teams back then went back and forth, and there's a reason that went on dedication night for Bud Walton Arena that Nolan never called the Dogs off that night and beat them by like 60.
And then the message board propaganda that Mizzou started last
Oh,
year.
yeah. All of that mess? Yeah.
Yeah. So Loki responds to that with Mizzou may be a manufactured rivalry, but it is still a rivalry and a growing one. I'd love to see Tennessee become one, but they only play every few years. To me, our biggest rivalry right now is probably the Aggies. So I'm going to break this down a little bit. Yes, we agree, Mizzou. Tennessee, basketball. I consider them a rival in basketball. Yeah. We've had some good games. Now that we've
definitely in baseball.
And then baseball,
yeah,
I don't think you can name anyone that's more of a rival in baseball right now, especially after last year.
You can make a case for Ole Miss, but not as strong as Tennessee.
I think it's kind of a 1 and 1A. And it goes back to the fact that Vitello coached for Van Horn and then got a ring before Van Horn got one. But the thing on the Ole Miss side is, let's not forget what happened in 2022 in Omaha. I mean, the true championship series were the games between Arkansas and Ole Miss.
Yes,
because whoever advanced out of that last semifinal game was going to annihilate Oklahoma either way.
100%.
And then, Sarah, isn't it baseball season this week? Yes, Sarah, it is.
It sure is.
Let's see what's rolled in while we were doing Hawg Tuah. Justin Ashmore, Jay in the house, whoop whoop. How about them Hogs, man?
That was fun.
After this weekend,
yeah, we extended the 24-hour rule since it's a bye week, and we've extended it almost about 5 days now.
Yeah, give or take.
I'm looking at an update here.
Jesse, while you're looking, I'm going to expound on something. A little history between Arkansas and Tennessee. When Arkansas first came into the league in football, Tennessee was one of our 2 permanent teams. So there for a while, 98, 99, up to about 2005, 2006, there was a little bit of a rivalry there between what happened with Sterner and the redemption game, and then game day coming to Arkansas in 2006. With D-Mac and Marcus Monk and all that bunch taking on Tennessee and just putting a whooping on them in front of, arguably one of the best days in Razorback football history of the last, I would say, 30 years, because it was perfect. You had game day. That was kind of D-Mac's coming out party to get his Heisman campaign really going. It's been there back and forth, but I mean, we could lay claim to the fact that we kind of own Tennessee right now because we've won 4 in a row in that series.
I agree with you there, MC. Baxter says that I am quoting John L. Smith. I didn't say smile,
right.
but I think
he's right. Yeah.
I think he's right. Loki with the shout out to Pro Hogs. Speaking of NFL, how about Cam Little got the game-winning field goal to give the Jaguars their first win last Sunday?
Hell yeah.
Cool. That was cool. And I believe he got the game ball, too, because I saw the post-game interview with him, and he was holding the ball, so I assume he got the game ball.
That is a kicker that left early and got drafted.
Yeah.
Most kickers don't even get drafted, much less leave college early and get drafted.
Yeah.
And we surely miss him this year.
Yes, we do.
Justin Ashmore says, our true rivals are Texas, Tennessee, Ole Miss, and LSU, and we should have a rivalry with OU.
I agree with that. I could see one developing there. And Muss and Porter Moser kind of you could see the beginnings of a rivalry there in that basketball game that they were having at Tulsa. because you could tell that those two, they're so much alike that you could kind of tell there's a little animosity between those two there, and I kind of liked it. We'll see. We'll see if it develops in football when we start playing them, but that's one that is kind of a no-brainer that it should develop into a rivalry.
And it will. You just got to give it time now.
Yeah.
As executive producer of Inside the Hawg Pen, Hog Fanatics, be on the lookout for an upcoming podcast ranking Arkansas's rivals in each sport.
There you go.
Yep.
I'm not going to ask y'all about that one. That's a great pod idea.
That
obviously,
is. Yeah.
That's one I'm
interested. So
that's one that MC and I've been rolling around on doing here for a long time. So that's going to be a fun one to record.
Mm-hmm. That will be.
And that's going to wrap it up for Hawg Tuah, gentlemen. Let's close it out with final thoughts.
MC, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I had something here I wanted to do. We didn't get to talk about this earlier in the game, but we was talking about the differences in the offense and how it's come along. One of the things we've seen out of the offense this year is the I formation made a comeback. Yeah. And we've seen it in a few key points right there at the end of the game. Braylon Russell had those big runs at the end of the game. I want to throw a shout out to his fullback, because if you've seen the run where Braylon Russell gets it wasn't the big one. It wasn't the big 27-yard run. He got about 8 or 10 yards. But Maddox Lassiter, if you've not seen this play, Maddox Lassiter lays out a linebacker that opens a bit of a hole for Braylon Russell to go through. And fullbacks never get their just due, so I wanted to throw Maddox Lassiter a big shout-out, because that dude, he completely laid out a Tennessee linebacker.
That was such a great play. Jesse?
I'm going to piggyback on MC there. That was an amazing play. Big shout out to Braylon Russell. This kid's a true freshman.
Yeah.
We got to pull out the checkbook. We got to keep him here because
get that man some NIL money.
He is going to be a special running back with a little bit more experience and building up strength to match his body, which he doesn't have far to go. But
no, he was steamrolling dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, you wear him out with Jackson and Hill and DeBinion early.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they're tired of tackling people, you throw 250 pounds at them running full force.
Yeah.
And he's going to break. You're not going to arm tackle Braylon Russell.
No, you're not. He is
going to be
he's a load
special Razorback given the opportunity.
All right, everybody have a safe weekend. If you're traveling, MC, if you're when you and the clan are traveling down this way, y'all be safe.
Definitely.
Everybody have a great week. We will see you back here next Thursday for an all new episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. I'm Razorback Zach, from Marcus MC Carlton, Jesse the Beard Thurman, and all of us here at Inside the Hawg Pen. So long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hawg Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider, and be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.